Hi, welcome to Life in the Bottle, Season 3, Episode 30. I'm Mitch, and today we're here to talk about this lovely wine that is near and dear to my heart. This is the One for the Trail Cali Blended Red. It's actually produced for Anconas by a winery in California called Clos La Chance. We'll talk about that in a second, but where are we? We're in the United States, we're California, we're in the Central Coast AVA, and more importantly, we're in San Martin, California. So let's go back to Clos La Chance, started by Bill and Brenda Murphy back in the late 80s. They had some space in their backyard, and they decided to plant some vines, played around a little bit, made some wine, turned out pretty good. They caught the bug. Next thing you know, they're creating wine for sale. And, you know, fast forward, they've gone from maybe 3/4 of an acre planted vine to over 150 acres. They make a fair amount of wine. And they were kind enough to make this particular wine for us. This is an Anconas charity label. Part of the proceeds from the sale of this wine goes to a cause organization near and dear to my heart, the Norwalk River Valley Trail. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about the wine. What is it? So it's a blended red, and I'm going to go to my notes because I don't want to mess this up. So it is 36% Merlot, 20% Petit Verdot, 20% Cab Franc, 17% Cabernet, and 7% Malbec. Kind of a Bordeaux blend type of thing, but definitely with a solid Cali stamp to it. It is inky, it is beautiful, it is dark and decadent, and it's not over the top, but it's 14.5 in alcohol, so it's definitely a bigger, more robust red. So let's cut to the chase. Let's jump right into the glass. So, like I mentioned, dark, inky, purple in color. You know, on the nose, I get a lot of black fruit, maybe some underlying spice. The palate follows the aromas. Again, blackberry, black currant, maybe some licorice in there, maybe some dark cocoa in there. Finish is long, soft, smooth, subtle, but yet it's lasting. 14.5 doesn't show up, except for maybe in the mouthfeel. It's definitely got a little viscosity to it. It's got a little richness. You know what? This wine came in, maybe got delivered to us 2 or 3 weeks ago. Tried it maybe a week after it landed. Maybe it was a little, disconnected from the parts, weren't just melded well. Now it is beautiful. Again, kind of a bigger, richer, more full-bodied red. What am I going to pair this with? We're talking like burgers. We're talking steaks. We could do lamb. You could probably get away with pork. Shout out, ready for this, went to Hybex. Locals will know Hybex, little ice cream stand, also do awesome food. Had a Portobello burger. This wine would have been stellar with that. Again, congrats, shout out to Hybex. I think they're celebrating their 90th year, which is fantastic in today's day and age. So that's it for the wine. This is a Cali blended red, which is full-bodied, complex, but not too in your face. Yeah, I think, you know what? I can't be more pleased on how this wine turned out. So, cheers to Clos La Chance. Thank you very much for helping us with this. I should do a shout out also to Classic Wines. They're my wholesaler with this. They helped, you know, it's a village that helps create these charity labels. Everyone sort of chips in a bit to be able to create the best product at the best price to generate the most amount of money for the charity. So, cheers to Clos La Chance, to Classic Wines, and to the NRVT, the charity. Cheers. But wait, there's more. You can tune out now. Stop the video if you want. I'm just going to ramble on a little bit about NRVT, what it means to me, what I've played around with in the past as far as bringing awareness to the trail, what I'm sort of doing this year a little bit. So, first off, a few years ago, I did a really long ride in Kansas, helped raise awareness and some funds for the NRVT. Was it 2 years ago, I guess? Maybe it was last year, 2 years ago. I rode 100 miles on just one segment of the NRVT. That was a blast. Raised, again, some funds and awareness. This year, tried to up the game a little bit. We created a beer, which I should say that the One for the Trail beer from Knott Hill, stellar. IPA comes in at like 6-point-something%, not too over the top. Dry hopped with 4 different hops. The one that stands out to me the most is the Enigma hop, which I love that flavoring. And then we also did this wine. Again, just trying to bring awareness to the trail. I love the trail. I ride the trail on the reg. There's a group of us from the store. We ride every Tuesday night or every other Tuesday night, and we usually do what's called Pizza Loop, which is part of the NRVT loop in Wilton. It's a good time. It's a social ride. We usually have a glass of wine at the end because that's a social thing too. So yeah, I'm not going to say that this wine's going to sell out in a day because it's not. We bought a lot of it. I wanted it to last, you know, probably into the winter months. I think it's going to be a stellar winter wine as well. Anyway, so what am I doing this year? I usually do one big bike ride a year. Didn't really tie this bike ride in with the NRVT, but I'll tell you about it anyway. This year, a buddy of mine, Kevin, who goes on most of my bike adventures with me, we're going to somehow get to the northeast corner of Vermont, up in Canaan, and we're going to ride our bikes over 4 days to the southwest corner of Vermont, actually entering into Massachusetts. So it should be about 315 miles over 4 days, and it's all pretty much off-road. So I'm super excited, doing that next week, and fingers crossed. Well, you know what? The weather's going to be the weather. Can't control it, and it'll be an experience no matter what happens. And that's about it. So if you could, this is what I'm shooting for. Try the wine. If you like the wine, continue to buy the wine. I think it's a great representation of what California can do at a fantastic price point, and as far as the blended red's concerned. Also, check out the trail. You know, I love the trail. Go hike the trail. Go walk the trail. Ride your bike on the trail. And then imagine it being 30 miles long from Danbury down all the way to Norwalk. I hope, you know, it seems like there's a lot of momentum right now, which is fantastic. We have a couple segments of the trail that are either close to being finished built or on the verge of starting, or we're very close to having all the funding for. So knock on wood, this time next year I'm coming to you saying like, hey, we got 3 new miles of trail built, and that would be phenomenal. So I think I've rambled on enough. I'm not even sure if I'm going to use this, but I think that's it. All right, thank you for listening to me dribble on about riding bikes and the NRVT, and cheers.